Shannon and Max here. We're going to try and teach Shannon how to stay. Or, no wait, I mean teaching Max how to stay. Your husband called me and told me to say that. I didn't. Okay, so we're going to start with something that's delectable, something he enjoys. What do you think, Mr. Max? A little smoked chicken. So how good is Max at staying?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Not good at all. Does he do anything that resembles a stay?
No.
No. Okay. So what we're going to do is several things a little differently than's normally done. First off, I want him to stay. I don't want him to move. So in my opinion, one of the more difficult things in the world to do is to tell your dog to stay is you walk away, right? Because he ain't even my dog and he's following me. So what's your dog going to do? Remember, they look at body language and they see the leader leaving, they're going to follow you. So we got to teach him that stay means don't move, right? So we're going to put him in a comfortable position. Hey, Max, come, buddy. Can you sit? I'm going to give him a little treat for sitting because he's your dog, not mine. I want to make sure he knows we're friends. Now, what I'm going to start off doing is telling him to stay. Stay. Okay. What I'm doing is, as I'm giving him that word, instead of seeing something leaving him as he hears that word, I'm going to have something going to him.
Okay.
Now, for the show ring purposes, if you teach him this laying down, or if you tell him to sit and stay and he lays down, you lose points. But for real life, if he lays down, you probably won't lose. Ain't nobody judging you. So who cares, as long as your dog doesn't move, right?
Yeah.
So I can even actually take advantage of him deciding to lay down right there and teach him stay in a position where he's more stationary and more stable and more comfortable.
Okay. So
all I got to do is associate a word with an action. And in this case, the action is no action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go stay, stay. And here's where I'm going to do something different. Okay. And I'll explain the okay in just a minute. Now let's try something here. Max, come here, buddy. So everybody can see your pretty face. There you go. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So he stayed for a 4 count while I took a step away. So you ever done that before?
No.
You're a genius. All this time you didn't want her to know, right, Max? Yeah, she knows how smart I am. I got to start doing things. Gracious. So let's see if we can repeat the success. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's looking at me like, what the heck are you doing? Okay. What do you think?
I think that's great.
You hear that, Max? You're great. So what we're doing to make it drastically different than the way the common stay is taught, I start off just by going stay, stay, stay. What he's learned is if he doesn't move, every time he hears that word, a reward's going to come closer to him. So why would I get up?
Yeah.
I'll just wait here patiently, right?
Yeah.
But then when you start moving, as you saw, and we just started teaching him this today, right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So once he's starting to understand staying, I'll start off by going stay, 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 give him the treat. Then I'll put a little time in between each stay. I'll say stay, and I'll count to myself. 1, 2, 3. Stay. 1, 2, 3. And if he doesn't get up, I'll say stay. Give him the last one. Then I'll go stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay. Give him the treat.
Okay.
Now, here's where what I do is drastically different, or radically different, I should say, from what I've seen other people do and the way I was taught myself. It dawned on me one day, because everybody tells their dog to stay, and then they walk off, right? And then they turn around, and the little instructor says, call your dog, he just did so good, right? And you go, oh, come here, come here. And the dog goes, well, I thought I was staying, but I guess I'm not. I must be coming. So he comes to you, right?
Yeah.
So you go stay again, and you walk off, and you turn around, and you go, come here, puppy. And here he comes, right?
Yeah.
And so then the next time you practice, you walk off a few feet, you turn around, he's already coming to you, right? Because you didn't teach him the end of the stay. You just taught him stay meant sit there for a few seconds until I turn around and look at you, or until I quit walking, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no end. He doesn't understand when he's allowed to get up. And actually teaching him the end of the exercise makes it easier to teach him to stay in one position longer. That's what he's already figured out when we did what I call the release word. We put an end to the finish to the stay command. Simple like this. Max, what are you doing? He's playing with a little buddy. Maxie boy. Max, come on, buddy. So right now he knows the stay means something's coming to him. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to return and I'm going to say okay.
So the okay is the finale.
Exactly. And this smart little fella's already putting that together. So now, remember how we started? Every time I took a step, he'd try to follow me, try to follow me, try to follow me. Well, now, because he knows that okay is when he gets the treat, he doesn't have to move.
Okay.
Where this is going to get us is, you ready? Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Return and say okay. Now, what we've achieved today in these last just what minutes?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Achieved a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, so at this point you're just going to increase your steps and your time that you ask him to stay. But now he understands the end of the stay command. No one's ever taught him when it's over. They just taught him when to start.
I think that was the biggest thing that helped him.
Learning the end.
Yeah, learning the end.
Yep, helps all of them. So now you have two ways to get him to tell him it's all right to move.
Okay.
You can go out to the mailbox, tell him to stay, and walk across the street and visit with a neighbor, and you can walk back to him because remember, you're stepping away, but you always return to him and say okay.
Okay.
So when you return, he can get up, or maybe you left him in the backyard and you're talking to the neighbor and you're like, oh my God, it's been a half hour, and you go, poor Max, still sitting in the sun. And now you can holler, okay, and he'll get up and say,
He'll come back.
yeah, man, I was getting hot. So we now have an end to our stay command.
Yeah.
And by putting that into the stay command, it's just what you said. They understand better that stay means don't move until this point. So the trick here, folks, is you're going to return to him, put that treat in front of his nose, and don't just say okay and give him a treat. It's not going to do you any good. You're going to say okay and actually step back so he gets up and walks. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I think that's great.
Okay. What do you think, Max? I think there's more chicken in store, don't you? All right, we may take old Max through all his paces, and we'll see y'all on the next time. There you go, buddy. Very good. Let's close this out. Max, you didn't get camera shy on me.